Les tartiflettes, les tartiflettes, tartiflettes. Je suis le bon monsieur, ça va. Je suis la part. Why is it that you go onto a supermarket website, you type in a particular thing to see if they stock it, it says they stock it, you go to said supermarket and they bloody well don't. Speaking to you specifically, Asda, right? I wanted to make tartiflette today, but because I went down to Asda and they said, oh, on the website, yeah, we stock reblochon cheese, yeah, we do. I went down there, they didn't have any. So my plans have been slightly scuppered for this video, but fear not, we'll make do and mend. So we're gonna make a tartiflette, but not a proper one, all right? Because tartiflette, if you don't know already, it does need to have, contain a specific cheese called reblochon. We haven't got any of that, because I couldn't get any from flippin' Asda, so we're gonna use this, camembert. If you can get reblochon, make it the same way as I'm doing, just obviously use the reblochon cheese. We're using camembert because Asda are a bunch of dicks, so we're gonna have to make do. I'm gonna have to rename it, aren't I? I can't really call it tartiflette. I'm gonna call it bertiflette. Camembert. I don't fucking know. Let's get on with it. Like, share, subscribe, thanks. So as always, all the ingredients will be listed below in the video description. But a quick little rundown for our Cheats fake tartiflette. Smoked bacon, got some potatoes there which are pre-cooked. All we need to do is just pop them into a saucepan, fill it with water, add some salt, pop a lid on it, bring the pan to a boil, and then just gently simmer those for about, I'd say about 15 minutes or so until they're nice and cooked through. Stick a knife in it, you'll know when they're done. We've got a camembert cheese. Obviously if you're making proper tartiflette, you'd use reblochon, but yeah, thanks Asda. Thanks for lying to me. A couple of onions, got some thyme as well. Gonna use a bit of salt and pepper, a bit of butter, and that's basically it. It's a very, very simple dish to put together. You know, I've seen a lot of tartiflette recipes where they'll use garlic, they use like double cream. You don't need that. You can add it if you want, because it's never not going to be good, is it, with those things in it? But we're going to try and keep it nice and simple. Did I say wine? We've got some wine as well. Any decent bit of grog is going to be fine. Just one that you would drink. So let's crack on with it. Let's make this bertiflette. Jesus. So very, very simply then, with the onions, we're going to take the stupid skin off, just peel it, you know the drill. And then keeping it nice and simple, all we're going to do is just slice the onion. Right, nothing too fussy, nice and easy this. And once your onion is sliced, we'll get that into a bowl out of the way. It does look like quite a lot of onion, but remember, like, onion is mostly water, isn't it? So they're going to wilt down nicely. Next, the bacon. And you want to get the thick cut bacon. Don't get none of this thin, namby-pamby stuff. This stuff, look, nice and thick. That's what you want. And we're going to cut this into lardons. And you can use streaky bacon, or in this case, back bacon. Doesn't really matter. It's whatever you prefer. Now, once your bacon and your onions are nicely diced up, we're going to start getting this onto a heat. So, I've got my pan here. I'm going to turn that on to around... We'll start off with 4. And then to the pan, we're going to add a little knob of butter and a tiny bit of oil. If your bacon is really fatty, you probably won't need to do this step. Okay, and get the bacon straight in. Basically what we want to do is just to start to crisp up this bacon. Cook that fat out, render that fat out and get it nice and crispy. It's going to take a couple of minutes. You know how to fry bacon, I assume? Right, so after a few minutes, once that bacon is nice and crispy, I'm going to get this out onto a plate, just to one side, but keep as much fat in there as you can in the pan. Just going to use that for our onions. There you go, there's plenty of fat left in there. Straight back onto the heat, and then go in with your onions. And then with the onions, you want to saute these down till they go slightly soft and translucent. It's going to take like 10 minutes. We're not making caramelised onions here, we just want them to soften. So 10, 15, 20 minutes. Just take your time, relax. Once your onions are slightly soft, now we've got a little bit of colour on there, not loads, we need to add some wine. Pour a nice big glass of wine. There we go. You want like 150, 200 ml. Whack it in. Then pour another one for yourself. And then just on a moderate heat, you want to reduce that wine by about half. Okay, just takes the alcohol out of it, and just you're left with the sweetness and the lovely wine flavour. It's going to take 5 minutes or so. And whilst that's doing that, I'm going to slice up my potatoes that are now sufficiently cooled. And some of them are quite bruised. I don't know about you, but I've noticed actually that the potato harvest this year is not of great quality at all. I've got a lot of bruised spuds lately. And all I'm going to do is just slice them into like discs. Roughly that sort of thickness. You want to use like a waxy variety, so something like a Charlotte, or in this case, Jersey Royals. And then I'm going to get those back into the bowl and then finish the rest. And there you can see, look, that wine has reduced by half, but you've still got a bit of liquid there. And it's also lifted off all the sort of bacony bits off the bottom of the pan as well. So I'm going to add that to our potato mixture. The bacon, get that in as well. Generous pinch of pepper, tiny bit of salt. You don't want too much salt because obviously the bacon is going to be salty as well. And then take your fresh thyme and just pick off the leaves into that. You can use dried thyme if you want, it's entirely up to you. I just find like, I don't know, dried thyme, or a lot of dried herbs really, just sort of taste like stale old tea. And then taking a spoon, just lightly toss that all together. Just be very careful because you don't want to break up the potatoes too much. It doesn't matter if you do it a little bit, but just kind of work that all together. Now at this point, have a slurp. But also preheat your oven to 180 degrees C fan assisted, 200 degrees non-fan assisted. I can't remember what that is in gas mark, but I'll pop it on the screen anyway. What next? Get a dish. So into a suitable pie dish, start spooning in your mixture. Next we're going to add some cheese. Right, so what we're going to do is use half of this on the first layer and then we'll use the rest on the top. Obviously, you know, proper tartiflette, like I've just said many times, you want reblochon cheese, but we couldn't get any, so camembert it is. So I'm going to take half of it and then just cut it into slices, and then I'm going to cut that into little cubes and then scatter that over our first layer, and then repeat the process. We're going to pop over our final layer. Then we're going to take the rest of our camembert and we're going to cut that into slices. So if it wasn't cheesy enough, we're going to add more flipping cheese. Then just place that on the top in a fashion of your choice. And then just pop that into a hot oven for about 15 minutes or so till that cheese is all kind of melted, because everything else is cooked, really. You're just kind of like homogenizing everything. Is that the word? Then take it out of the oven, it's ready to serve straight away. Have it with some bread, salad, you can have some gherkins with it as well. If you want that bit of acidity to go with the richness of the cheese, it's going to be absolutely chef's kiss. Smells incredible. Just put some on some bread, got a pickle on the top, smash it in my gob. Okay. That is sensational. Well, it can't not be good, can it? It's potato, bacon and cheese. So there we have it, my not so tartiflette, my notiflette, my bertiflette. Whatever you want to call it, it's going to be delicious. If you can get reblochon cheese, honestly, it's going to be amazing. But using camembert is going to be fine. You can use brie, taleggio is also nice. You want something nice and soft and buttery, and it's going to melt nice as well. So cheers to the bertiflette. So I shall leave that with you then. If you like the video, please stick a like down below, comment as usual, and I'll see your bloody gorgeous faces next time. Bye for now.